My friends, what's going on, everyone? My name is Kai. All my haters can blow me. What's going on, everyone? I hope that we're all good today. I hope we're all having an amazing day. Let me get this all figured out. There we go. All right. So, um, guys, I am very much hoping to beat this game today. That's the goal. The goal is to beat this game today. Okay. Other than that, I'm all ready to go. All ready to go. You know what? Let me grab a candle. Got myself a Coke. How is it going, guys? Okay, so we are at a pretty tough battle right now. We're fighting somebody called like the Red Baron, which is not good. They're very strong. But we'll have fun with it. I'm gonna go to the gym probably around 4-ish. I think that sounds good. Good 3-hour stream. Okay, so we will continue on. We gotta go down here. Guys, I hope you're well. Thanks so much for checking out my latest vlog. It's doing really well. It's got almost 300 views so far. So whenever one of my vlogs gets, a couple hundred views, that means a lot to me. Okay, so, Eric, I hope you're well. I hope you win, too. Okay. Alright, it's unbelievably cold. We've been going through a cold spell here in, southern Ontario recently. It's been rough. Yeah, it's been really tough. But, what can you do? I also woke up with this nice zit on my face today. So, that's fun. Hey, good afternoon, my dude. Watching while I work in the lab. Hey, cool. Very cool, my man. Very cool. I hope you're having an amazing day. Your job sounds very cool. My man. I wish I could work in a laboratory. That would be pretty neat. Hi, scientist. Okay. Okay. I want to make a monster movie. And I mean like a old school Japanese men in rubber suits movie. Tokusatsu movie. I would love to make that. So, working in the lab, that's very cool, not really scientific, it's quality control job, we run tests on our products. Hey, that's pretty cool, too. That's still pretty cool. Just being able to say that you work in the lab is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so, guys, I'm I'm looking forward to the April vlog. The April vlog will be very, very cool. My sister's going to be in it, which will be great. We're going to spin a wheel that has 8 different locations on it, and we're going to spin a wheel with 8 different locations on it, and then we will pack up our stuff, and we will just go to the airport, and we'll just have a random trip where we just randomly leave, you know? We'll randomly just go off. Not too sure where we're gonna go, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're gonna put 2 locations from Canada, 2 locations from the States, 2 more locations in Europe, and 2 locations in Asia. So that'll be pretty cool. Okay. Oh wait, you know what? Can I get? Yes. Minotaur! Minotaurs scare me, man. Minotaurs scare me. I don't like goblins, I also don't like minotaurs. Goblins legitimately freak me the hell out and I hate them. Minotaurs, nightmare fuel though. I'm telling you. If you actually ran into a minotaur, fuck that. That would not be good at all. Not for anyone involved. I don't want to put her out all there. So we've got Flow Rider. The enemy designs in this game are really good. The enemy designs in this game are awesome. That's great, Eric. Good luck. Okay. So we're gonna try and win this battle. I've been grinding for quite a while. Have you played Burning Force on the Sega Genesis? It's pretty cool. No, I've never heard of it. Oh, Jesus! Fuck. Give me a second, guys. Sorry.
Started it all. Bonk's Revenge, a smash hit sequel with more power and fatter bosses. The turbo chip game Ninja Spirit, the ninja action classic packed with fantastic graphics and bold backgrounds. And last but not least, Gate of Thunder, the outrageous intergalactic shoot 'em up with multiple levels of play. You'll also receive Turbo Force, the official CD magazine packed with facts, hints, news, and reviews of the hottest Super CD games and breakthrough CD technology. But it doesn't stop there. Turbo Duo includes a valuable coupon book with savings on Turbo Duo products totaling as much as $50.
これがスーパーガチャポンワールドだ。シミュレーション アクションバトルスーパーファミコン SP ガンダム X。
アクトレイダー。
力、勇気、戦い、愛、平和。
アクションとクリエーションの見事なる融合。
スーパーファミコンゲーム。
アクトレイダー。
Hi, Rick Mail here. I don't know if you're like me, immensely rich, talented, handsome. Isn't it a bore? Well, I found the answer. Zelda Link's Awakening from Nintendo. You play a medieval elf named Link.
You travel through many worlds, meeting endless characters on your eternal adventures.
So hey, next time you're Rick Mail, why not try Zelda Link's Awakening? I think you'll like it. Ciao.
Zelda, involving an inexhaustible Nintendo.
Capcom. Rockman 6史上最大の戦い。ファミコン用ソフトで新発売。Capcom。
Here with 3D half pipe, 10 levels, a smoking spin dash, a split screen so two can play, and blast processor. I love doing it. Mercedes.
Dreamcast! Dreamcast! 来ないで。私を探さないで。
スーパーファミコンサイコドリームライオット。メガステージバトル。メガドライブドラゴンボール Z 武勇列伝 Now on sale。
もしも僕が悪魔でも友達でいてくれますか？
悪魔、青春、RPG、ペルソナ、アトラス。
もしも私が悪魔でも好きと言ってくれますか？
悪魔、青春、RPG、ペルソナ、アトラス。
Seen a rash of these lately. TMK.
TMK?
Too much Kirby.
Think you can't get too much of a good thing? Try new Kirby Superstar. It's full-blown Kirby, inflated with 8 Kirby games, bloated with 23 Kirby enemies, bulging with new Kirby powers.
Get him into observation.
New Kirby Superstar, only on SNES. Can your system handle it?
ソニック君とテイレス君、何々16ビットのメガドライブがあらっとらっと、なんと高性能でコンパクト、ソフトタイトル250オーバーの実力、登場メガドライブ2、メガ CD2 も同時発売。
モータースポーツの最高峰、トップフォーミュラーの世界がゲームになった。彼は故国のために走った。 F1 サーカス MD 好評発売中。プレゼントバイ日物。
ソーサリアンメガドライブで登場。キャラクターの種族、職業、年齢、性別を決めてオリジナルストーリーに挑戦。大人気アクション RPG ソーサリアン。プレイする者も汗をかけ。超過激アクションゲームゴールデンアクション2メガドライブから。最強の男たちが今メガドライブに集結する。メガドライブ画廊伝説登場。 パーリングフォース。
今度は宇宙だ。頑張れドエモンキラキラ道中好評発売中。
From Konami.
Three-way scroll. High position visual. Sound selective mode. It's a super AV action. Contra. ファミコン用カセットコントラ好評発売中。Konami.
Sorry guys. Sorry. I have a really hard time handling, there we go. I guess that's the first time you guys have ever really seen that, but I have a very hard time handling, loud sudden noises. And my phone connects to my my headphones automatically, which I hate. And the ringer will come on, and it just is. I've got my headphones on noise canceling, and it's just the loudest fucking alarm, and it sends me into an absolute like panic. Like I hate it. It's such a rude. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. Okay. Alright, my friend. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym at 4 p.m. That'll be good. My friends, so I've got lots of plans for the future. The April vlog will be very cool. Probably go for a week. Probably get about 2 months worth of filming out of it. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to share that with you. It'll also be nice to travel with someone. Most of my vlogs are me on my own, so it'll be nice to actually travel with somebody. That'll be very cool. Okay. This is a tough battle because the final character that we have to fight, he has a one-hit kill attack, and he can hit you twice. So, not good. The goal still is to take out all of the enemies. Right now I have over 100,000 gold, so that's really good. I've been grinding for quite a while. I haven't been advancing the story at all, but I have been grinding a lot. What I'll do is I'll destroy all the characters, and then just egress when there's only one character left. Okay, I need to turn this a bit because his zit on my face is terrible. Look at that bad boy. Just woke up with that today. Terrible. So we're gonna stay more like this. Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah, this this game can be pretty tough. Some of the enemies can take you out one hit, so not good. Not good. Oh no. So I'm a little bit excited for the Jays this year. They got Anthony Santander, which is a really solid pickup for. I'm guessing he's gonna probably play. No, wait, he was an outfielder, right? I was thinking maybe he'll play outfield or DH, but I think he's an outfielder. So that'll be good. That'll be good. We get a career high last year. 44 home runs in a season. That's nothing to scoff at, you know. It was third most in the whole MLB, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. I am very excited this year to watch the Dodgers. This year is going to be the first year that I get like the MLB network, so I can watch all the games and stuff. So I'm excited for that. Depending on how expensive it is, usually for the season it's like $200. Hey Bex, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, buddy? How are you doing? Yeah. I'll go to a Jays game next year. I've gone to a Jays game every single year since 2012. I haven't missed a year since 2012. So it's been like 12 years of going. Wow. I didn't realize that. I realized the other day that I've probably been to like 30 to 40 games in my life. So I usually go to, I'd say on average, I go to like 3 or 4 a year. And then 3 or 4 times 12 is a lot, you know? I'm okay, but I woke up with this big zit on my face today. I woke up with this gnarly zit on my face, so I'm not happy about that. Okay. Oh, shoot. There we go. Oh, I don't want to use something. There we go. Bex, we definitely need to go to a game this year together. We definitely need to go to a Blue Jays game together this year. Yeah? Yeah, just go for it. There's a pack on like the... No, there's a pack on the chair that's open. I have a light on my door for when I'm working and recording, and it's a red light, very obviously there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, I have to remember, I'm only going to be here for about a year. When I do my trip, I am going to go off. I'm technically going to be homeless when I go on my trip. Yeah, technically I'm going to be homeless when I go on my trip. So, when I come back, I'm not too sure where I'm going to end up. I might move around the area, not too sure. Not quite too sure. And, Might move to Halifax. Might move to Nova Scotia. I'm not too sure. It really just depends on where I can get affordable rent, right? Okay. Okay. I gotta do the power up. Come on. Damn it. I just hope the Jays are a little better this year. Last year they were pretty unimpressive. I would love to, you know what though, this will probably be very hard, but, I will take a look at the schedule today, and, I'm gonna get tickets to the LA game, because I definitely want to see them play LA. Definitely want to see them play LA. So I gotta take a look at the home schedule. I think they only play them once in the whole year. Once in the whole year at home, I mean. Every team has a series now, so that's cool. Okay. Hellhound. The Hellhound is my second favorite design in the game. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. There we go. So, we should be able to, have a pretty significant spell now, which is nice. Looking forward to going to the gym today. Today's arm day. Today's arm day, so that's good. Oh no, I missed. Not good. If you have any suggestions for the future, I'm probably not going to go to Toronto again until what's it called? Probably not until the spring. You know, it's not as fun walking around doing all of that stuff when it's, you know, minus 20 degrees. Plus the amount of stuff that you have to carry, just a huge pain in the ass. So I'll probably hold off on going to Toronto again until the snow is gone, and I can like just wear a sweater. But I've got other stuff planned. Now it's at 9:30 a.m. Okay, buddy. Okay. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. So, yeah, one thing that I'm excited about, there's this big park that opened in Toronto, on one of the islands, and I think that'll be really neat to check out. Also, the largest zoo in the world is in Toronto. I didn't realize that it was the biggest one. I didn't know anything really about it. But yeah, it's the biggest zoo in the world. So we will definitely be going to that. We will definitely be going to that. Yeah, that'll be very cool. That'll be very cool. It'll be great for photography too. It'll be great for photography. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So that's one of the summer vlogs we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the X this year. I didn't go to the X last year. It's like Canada's largest fair. It's very cool as well. So that'll happen. Yeah, a ton of good stuff. We'll definitely be in Toronto a bit this summer. We'll definitely be in Toronto for a bit this summer. Okay. Nice. Could have taken him out though. Could have taken him out. Oh, Apollo increased to 2. That's great. Later on tonight, I'm gonna play that shooting game that I got in Toronto. When I come back from the gym, I'm gonna play that for a bit, and then after I will continue. After that, I will continue the what's it called? Zelda challenge. We're Adult Link now, so we've got lots of fun stuff to do. We got lots of fun stuff to do now. Definitely will go back to New York one day too. Just when I'm doing a little bit better financially. When I'm doing a little bit better financially, then we'll head over to New York again. There's lots of things that I missed down there. Well, I was only in Manhattan. I didn't go out of Manhattan, so I want to see Brooklyn. I want to see lots of different places there. It was a lot of fun. Just really expensive. Good God, it was expensive. Can I reach him? Oh, I can. You know what? I'm gonna save it though. I'm gonna actually. Where's the pink? Oh, you know what? I think she got destroyed. Not good. Okay. Alright, there we go. I like how you have a bird with you. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. However, the bird's name is Peter. Why does the bird have a human name? Why does the bird have a human name? The bird told you his name. It's not like you came up with the name and said, oh, we're gonna call the bird Peter. The bird came out and said, hey, I'm Peter. Why? Who names the... What? Very confused. Also, you know what I'm curious about now that I said it? I wonder what the world's oldest names are. You know, that are still used today. Because I'm sure a lot of the names were just like Babalapa, or Oktok, or Bablok, or like sounds, you know what I mean? But like a name that we would recognize today as like a name. I wonder what the oldest names are. Very curious. Very curious. If anybody wants to Google that and let me know, I would be very grateful. Hey Google, what is the oldest current used name on Earth? Kushin? Kushin is the first name? Weird. Kushin. I don't cared all about Charlie Sheen, Google! Hey, Google, stop! Why are you telling me Charlie Sheen's autobiography? Oh my lord. Google's having an aneurysm, you guys. Hey Google, what is the exact opposite side of the world that I'm on right now? It's not a hard question. Moron. If you took my hometown and went on the 100% opposite side of the world, you couldn't go any farther. If you went any farther, you would just be coming home. It would be about 200 kilometers off of the coast of Perth, Australia. That's where I would be. If I were to dig a hole directly down and go in a straight line, I would come out in Perth, Australia, or in the ocean near Perth. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, what's the diameter of the Earth? Hey Google, what's the diameter of the Earth? What? Oh no, hey Google, what's the circumference of the Earth? That makes sense. 40, yeah. Okay, so you can travel about 20,000 kilometers away before you just start traveling closer to you. Okay, the farthest I've ever been, would be Japan. Yeah, other than Japan, the farthest I've been would probably be, like, from me, probably Rome. Yeah, probably Rome. That's pretty far. Okay. Oh god, you know what? I just remembered the dream that I had last night. It involved a train and Hulk Hogan. What? Oh, Hulk Hogan. Yeah. So when Raw came out on Netflix, Hulk Hogan has a new beer that's like sponsoring the show, and yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So I had a dream last night where I was in a train. I've been thinking about taking the train in like Russia. And I had this dream that I was in the train, and instead of an attractive train like hostess coming by with like the food cart and stuff like that, it was Hulk Hogan trying to shill me his beer, and I kept telling him that I don't drink, and he kept doing his shtick, and then he cut a yeah, very strange dream. Very strange dream. I am not a fan of Hulk Hogan at all. However, I can 100% admit that Hulk Hogan has the second best promo skills of all time. Like, his promos are absolutely ridiculous. Especially, my favorite era of Hulk Hogan promos was in WCW when he was fighting the Dungeon of Doom. That is so goddamn funny. Excuse my language. It's so funny. There's one where he goes into the dungeon and he's dressed up like Zorro for some inexplicable reason. And he's like looking around, right? And he's like, I don't know where I am. And then there's a water fountain, and he goes up to it and he pushes his hand under the water, and then he says, "Ouch! It's not hot." It doesn't make any sense. G-Natic, hey, what's up, my man? If you guys want to see the funniest thing, look up Hulk Hogan promo, "It's not hot." That's so funny. Or like the Yappa Pie strap. I think, though, the best promos of all time, better than Hulk Hogan, are Jim Cornette's promos. Jim Cornette's promos are so funny. It's ridiculous. Especially the one from like the early 80s where like nobody at all cared about racism. Like, it's just the promos were so over the top. Jim Cornette's my favorite when it comes to promos. I also like, you know who is a very underrated at promos is Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle had some hilarious promos. Some of his most hilarious promos I can't even repeat here out of context, but so funny. You should have did a tombstone on him on the Hulkster. You know what? One time I had a wrestling dream. One of my dreams, actually, I've talked about it a little bit on the channel, but not too much, because it's kind of gonna be the thing that I do. It's kind of gonna be the thing that I do, like, as a last-ditch thing in my life. However, I would love to train to be a professional wrestler. I wouldn't actually want to be a professional wrestler and like work in the business and like have a regular job in wrestling and stuff like that. But it is my dream to learn how to wrestle professionally and have at least one 3-match program with someone. I don't even care. I don't care if it's just somebody from the wrestling school or whatever. In front of a crowd. That's all I want to do. It's one of my dreams in life. I know of a wrestling school here in Canada that's up in Alberta. It costs $5,000, but you get housing. It's 3 months long. You get housing for the entire time, and you get food the entire time, and you get free access to a gym for the entire time. And you have the opportunity to work and make some money by helping, promote shows and stuff like that. So it's $5,000, and honestly, $5,000 for 3 months of rent plus food plus gym. That already kind of pays for itself here in Canada. That already kind of pays for itself, and then on top of that, you get to train to be a professional wrestler. And some of their wrestlers have gone on to the WWE and have gone on to AEW and stuff like that. So they're a very legitimate wrestling school. That might be what I do when I come back from my journey in Japan, because when I go on that next big adventure in Japan, I'm gonna be gone for probably 10 months, because not only am I gonna spend a lot of time in Japan, but I'm also going to go to Laos, and I'm gonna go to Thailand, and I'm gonna go to Vietnam. I'm gonna go to like those places too. And when I come home, I'm gonna be homeless, because it would be absolutely silly for me. I mean, I make a couple $100s a month from YouTube, you know, and then I get my disability. I don't have enough money to I don't have enough money to go on like a year-long trip and also pay rent here while I'm not here, you know what I mean? So when I come back from that trip, I'm going to be temporarily homeless. I can't imagine it'll last long. I'll probably rent, you know, a hotel for a month, because we have some, you know, not so nice hotels, but they're fine, you know, and then spend that month, you know, looking for an apartment and stuff. But it would be a great opportunity to take advantage of doing the wrestling training, because it would provide me an extra 3 months of not having to worry about finding a place to live or anything, because I'd be living there. The only thing that sucks about it is I'd have to move back to Alberta, and no offense to my Canadian brothers over in Alberta, but I hate it over in Alberta. I don't like it. It's way too conservative. And the thing is, I'm conservative, you know? And even for me, like I'm not in any way far right, or I'm not even really a conservative that really keeps up with too much, you know what I mean? I'm like the least threatening conservative ever. However, the conservatives up in Alberta are very conservative, you know? And I'm just not down with that. And it's even more expensive. It's even more expensive than it is here in Ontario. And here in Ontario, it's very expensive, you know? I'd love to visit Japan, probably more than anywhere else, but I'm definitely afraid of flying. Well, you know what, GT? Or GI. You know what, GI? I'm also terrified of flying. If you're interested in Japan stuff, check out, go to my main channel page. I actually have over 100 different vlogs. I have over 100 different vlogs where we go video game shopping, or we go to different temples in Japan, and we do a ton of really fun stuff. If you're interested in Japan, check out the like my main channel. Hey, SCCC, what's up? But I'm also terrified of flying. And I've talked about how on the channel I take a lot of medication because of different problems with anxiety that I have. And I take lorazepam. However, benzos are like really strong, and knowing that I'm somebody who has an addictive personality, I very rarely ever take them. But when I'm on the flight, I do take them, and it helps like dramatically. It significantly helps. So, and what's nice about a lorazepam too is benzos are evil, bro. Benzos are evil if you abuse them. Benzos are definitely evil if you abuse them. If there's something that you use recreationally, but you gotta remember that every medication, like, has a medical purpose, right? And for me, I have a regular prescription of them. I don't ever touch them. Unless I'm, like, having a severe anxiety attack that I cannot bring down myself. I would say I maybe take one every 2 months, you know? I don't take them. However, I know that in an emergency, I have them. And that being said, I will, when it is time to take a flight, I don't see the problem with taking a lorazepam on a flight. It might help you out a lot. It helps me out a lot. Because when I fly out to Japan, it takes 14-15 hours, you know? Benzos are evil. Yeah, the thing is, benzos are not something that you want to be fucking around with. You know what I mean? They're not something that you want to, you don't want to be messing around with benzos, because the thing is, when you're high on benzos, you're just absolutely docile, you're absolutely vulnerable. You know, it's not a good thing to get into. However, again, if you're having a medical emergency and it's something that you need, that's different. I didn't abuse mine. They didn't get me high. They just worked for anxiety and stress, but they make you don't give a shit about anything, at least for me. They hurt more than they help. Absolutely. I've heard lots of horror stories about them. Doctor had you on 2 Xanax bars a day. Yeah, I take Seroquel every day. I take oh, that reminds me, I take Seroquel and olanzapine every day, and then I also, like, I have quite a collection of meds that I have to take. Oh, it's Joe Swanson from Family Guy! Wow, he's lying. His name's Lemon? Yeah, the thing is that heavy medication stuff, it's tough. It's tough. When I was on my flight home, hey, if it helps you, go for it, just beware. Yeah, absolutely. Like, even with my doctor, like, because she knows that I'm a recovering alcoholic and stuff, I have to go to my doctor, like, every 2 weeks because of, my cancer, you know? I go and I get checked out, and, I go for checkups just to make sure that the cancer hasn't come back, and, my doctor wants me to bring my prescription, of benzos with me so she can see how many I've taken. But guys, I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart, absolutely not an issue. The only time I really take them is when I'm on a flight. And it has to be a long flight. Like, if I'm flying, I would say anything over like 6 hours, you know? It's really not something that is a regular part of my thing. I take Seroquel every day though, and I take Seroquel at the start of the day, and I take olanzapine at the end of the day. So I am pretty I am medicated. But you guys know me. You guys don't ever see me sitting here like this. You know what I mean? I felt awful because the only time that I can say that I ever, because if I take, every doctor since has told me they're super dangerous. Suboxone a day and Adderall at the same time. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but you guys know me. Like, the thing is, honestly, if I didn't take my medication, it's very, very, very dangerous. I also take gabapentin for seizures and stuff like that. If I go off my medication, like when my girlfriend came with me to, when my girlfriend came home, when I was in Japan and I asked my girlfriend at the time to be my girlfriend, she was really excited and she came home with me. She came back to Canada for 3 months and she lived with me here. During that time, I was so happy that I actually stopped taking my depression medication because I felt, hey, listen, like, I just met this absolutely beautiful girl. She came back to Canada with me. Like, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my whole life, you know? So I stopped taking it, and I didn't really notice it for about 3 days, and then, I got really sick. I got really sick, and something that I've talked about. Okay, you went south. Something that I've talked about on the channel, that I haven't been, super too forward about, but I've talked to you guys about it. I unfortunately suffer from suicidal thoughts like every day, and it's really, really, really frustrating, right? And when I go off my medication, it gets to the point where I stop thinking about it, and I start like coming up with like plans or ideas and stuff like that. It goes from thoughts to ideation if I go off of my medication. And even though I was with my girlfriend and I was on top of the world, that still came up. So definitely don't go off that. If you're on medication to kind of like keep you sane, don't like go off of it. If you want to go off of it, that's fine. If you don't want to live your whole life taking medication, that's fine. But do it in like a proper way. Like talk to your doctor about it. Like even with me, I have Kysphotograph syndrome, which is essentially like an early form of like Alzheimer's. I have a very, very, very hard time remembering things, and I have a very hard time remembering things, and the gabapentin that I take is one of the side effects can be memory issues, and forgot. See? So one of the problems can be memory issues. So right now I'm in the process of cutting down my gabapentin intake. I'm cutting down my gabapentin intake, but it's going slowly. Bro, don't off yourself, no matter what. Buddy, to be honest with you, I don't want to off myself, That's why this whole thing is so frustrating for me. Because I'm a genuinely happy person, I'm a genuinely happy person, when things come up in my life that are really tough, now that I'm sober, I'm able to face that stuff head on, and I'm really proud of that. Like, I thought when me and my girlfriend broke up, my most recent girlfriend, because we got engaged and everything, it was really, really important to me. When I thought while we were dating that if we broke up, I even told my doctor, I said, look, I don't know what will happen if we end up breaking up, like, because I've lived through so many things. Either way, I want to let you know I'm safe. I'm safe as long as I take my medication. I'm fine. Actually, you know what? I start therapy. I'm very proud of this. I start therapy for it on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. I start my first therapy session where I can talk about that stuff on the 30th of January. So, I'm also religious, and I don't believe in I don't believe in it. It's against in my religion, so I don't want to. That's what's so frustrating about it. It's almost like I have a devil on my shoulder, constantly like poking at me. Like when I'm having a great day, when I'm traveling in New York City and I'm on top of the world, right? I'll have this thing just poking at me, being like, hey, that balcony looks good, It's. I don't think it's a schizophrenic thing. I don't think that I have schizophrenia. Because it's not like I hear an audible thing telling me to do things. It's not like I literally hear something telling me to do it. But in my mind, it comes up and it drives me nuts. So I want to let you know I'm safe. I'm safe. I don't have any intention on doing anything. I don't have any intention on doing anything. I am getting help for it. I take medication for it. The only reason why I brought it up was because I was just trying to make a point of, like, even if you're feeling really good and, like, you do take depression medication, that's not a good enough reason to, like, stop taking your medication, because you can get really, really sick from it. But I am safe. I am safe. I've talked about it before. You know, I've even written notes. Like, there's even a video on this channel. There's even a video that's privated on this channel that nobody's ever seen before. And if I were to go missing in Japan, during my next trip, if I were to go missing, I have given my sister all the information to access that, to release to everybody. But I don't have any intention on anything. But it's hard living with it all the fucking time, you know? Like, for example, we're doing a lot of hiking this year. We're gonna be doing a lot of hiking. I'm trying my best to raise some money for men's health, because I'm trying to bring some more light to this, you know what I mean? I'm trying to bring more light to some of the stuff that guys are going through, so I'm trying to raise money for men's health, and one of the ways that I'm going to do that is by hiking, and going on long hiking trips where, you know, I don't know where I'm going to sleep that night, because a lot of men are like that. A lot of men don't know where they're going to sleep that night. It's really sad. But during that trip, the first place that I'm going to is a provincial park, and it's called Mono Cliffs. It's about 50 kilometers away from my place, and we're gonna go see the cliffs, and we're gonna go see all of that, but I can't go to the top. I can't go to the top and take pictures. We have to stay in the valley, because even though I have absolutely no intention on doing anything, I do have to understand that I have mental issues, you know, so putting myself in a situation where something could happen, I just can't do it, you know? Even now, like, when I was dating my girlfriend, we lived in Japan, and we lived on the 11th floor. We had an apartment on the 11th floor, and whenever I would go and stand on the balcony and stuff like that, she would come out and stand with me. She didn't smoke, but she would always come out for a smoke with me, mostly because she just wanted to, like, keep me safe, and she knew that when I look off of a balcony, the very first thing that comes to mind is, you know, the first thing that comes to mind isn't like, oh, look how beautiful this view is. It's like, oh, you know. But I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. The only mental issues I have are those ones that's been forced upon me. I hear ya. That can be frustrating. That can be frustrating, my man. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know who else was in my dream last night with Hulk Hogan? Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty was in the back. God damn it. Nobody wants Marty Jannetty. I've suffered depression all my life. I've considered my life, but I don't know why. Me too, my man. I've actually been in, different forms of therapy and stuff like that, ever since I was in grade 2. The problem with me more is, like, I have, like, I'm sure that you're aware that, depression is hereditary, you know, if clinical depression is hereditary, you know? There's a big difference between people saying that, hey, like, depressed that, you know, I couldn't get this video game on release, or, you know, there's a big difference between being depressed and being clinically depressed. And being clinically depressed, and I'm not trying to take away anything from anybody who feels depressed. I'm just saying that if you really, really, really do feel depressed, go see a doctor, because if you can get diagnosed with clinical depression, at least you can start getting help, you know? The Rockers, I always consider them a rock and roll. They were a rip-off of the Rock and Roll Express. They were. Everybody talks about how Demolition was a rip-off of the Road Warriors, and it's like, let's talk about the Rockers, you guys. Let's talk about Men on a Mission. How about that? Let's talk about Men on a Mission. I want to see them come back for. I think that they're all dead though. Does anybody remember the Oddities? But yeah. I had shitty parents. I only natural be depressed and be replicated periods over your adult life. Yeah. I'm sorry that you had shitty parents, man. I was lucky enough to have great parents. However, my parents didn't really support me when it came to mental health. My mom had this really weird thing, and I don't know why she did it. I think she did it because she was trying to... encourage me, and she was trying to, like, pump me up. But whenever I would have an anxiety attack, and I'm talking, like, a serious anxiety attack where, like, I'm curled up in the wall, she would just yell at me. She would just get mad at me, and I have no idea why. She would just get, like, upset with me when I was having an anxiety attack, and it was so weird because my mom, I think it was because she was trying to, like, pump me up. But it was so weird because my mom was 1,000,000% my biggest supporter in my entire life. And she came to, like, every single cancer appointment that I ever had, you know? She was my biggest supporter. I have no idea why she would get upset when I had an anxiety attack. I don't know. It was weird. Because she was so supportive with everything. When I got in trouble with a gang, literally, like, owing money from, like, drug dealing debts to a gang, my mom helped me out and didn't tell the rest of my family what was going on and, like, let it be between us. You know, my mom always had my back. Unless I was having a panic attack, then she'd get mad at me. Very strange. Alright guys, give me a moment. I just gotta take a quick 5-minute break. I'll be right back.
Started it all. Bonk's Revenge, a smash hit sequel with more power and fatter bosses. The turbo chip game Ninja Spirit, the ninja action classic packed with fantastic graphics and bold backgrounds. And last but not least, Gate of Thunder, the outrageous intergalactic shoot 'em up with multiple levels of play. You'll also receive Turbo Force, the official CD magazine packed with facts, hints, news, and reviews of the hottest Super CD games and breakthrough CD technology. But it doesn't stop there. Turbo Duo includes a valuable coupon book with savings on Turbo Duo products totaling as much as $50.
これがスーパーガチャポンワールドだ。シミュレーション&アクション版スーパーファミコン SP ガンダム X。
アクトレイダー。
力、勇気、戦い、愛、平和。
アクションとクリエーションの見事なる融合。
スーパーファミコンゲーム。
アクトレイダー。
Hi, Rick Mail here. I don't know if you're like me, immensely rich, talented, handsome. Isn't it a bore? Well, I found the answer. Zelda Link's Awakening from Nintendo. You play a medieval elf named Link.
You travel through many worlds, meeting endless characters on your eternal adventures.
So hey, next time you're Rick Mail, why not try Zelda Link's Awakening? I think you'll like it. Ciao.
Zelda, involving and inexhaustible Nintendo.
Capcom.
クマン6史上最大の戦いファミコン用ソフトで新発売
カプコン
Is here with 3D half pipe, 10 levels, a smoking spin dash, a split screen so two can play, and blast processor. I love doing
Versus
Dreamcast! Dreamcast! 来ないで。私を探さないで。
スーパーファミコンサイコドリームライオットメガステージバトル
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Take a quick break. Okay. Okay. So, I think after this battle, I think I'm gonna get going to the gym. We've got a nice N64 night coming up tonight. We're gonna play some of that new shooting game that I got in Toronto, and then tonight we're going to be continuing on with the 3-Heart Zelda challenge. We have gotten to Adult Lake, so we'll be going through the Water Temple tonight, and we'll be going through the Forest Temple tonight. Nice channel. Hey, thanks. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. I work really tough on it. I work a little hard on it, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Okay, there's like a mystical dragon we have to fight here. Never seen this character before. Oh no! No! Okay. Did you ever get this feeling? Even misunderstood? I had that feeling for a long time when I was a drinker, you know what I mean? I felt very out of place. I felt like I didn't belong anywhere. And what's nice about being sober and like even having this YouTube channel and everything like that, I found a place where I belong, you know? I kind of created a place where I belong, and you know, I feel good. I feel good about what I do. I made a mission in my life that when I got sober, I was gonna help people. So I kind of know what I'm doing. You know, I got this. You know, I know exactly how you feel. Up to 8K, man, great job. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. That means so much to me. The goal for... I'm already just ecstatic that the channel's at 8K. If we never got another sub, obviously I'd be a little sad, but I'd feel very accomplished. Hey, Captain Planet, what's up? The goal for this year is to get to 10K. Get to 5 digits. I would really, really, really like to have 10K by the time I go to Japan next. I think I'm gonna have a drink myself. Hey man, I mean, if you want to have a drink, then like, I'm not against drinking. I'm not against drinking. It's just I'm here to help people that feel like they might need some help. That's all. You know. Oh no, I shouldn't have parked my guy here. Oh no! Oh. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Uh-oh. Captain Planet, what's up, man? What's up? I'm looking forward to the CFL season starting so I can come down and meet you. Go to a game, have a good time. It'll be fun. I'll make a vlog out of it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Damn it, I knew it! That means we don't get any of the money from that. At least we can recall everybody. Okay, because I care about you guys, I care about you guys a whole lot. I'm gonna do one more battle. Before we go. Tonight on the docket, we're gonna have fun. Have you ever played Rygar? Hey, you know what, my man? Honestly, I've been waiting for somebody to, suggest it. I have it. Rygar. Tecmo. Awesome game. Hey, if you recommend that, I mean, I do viewer requests on, Saturday. I gotta fix the schedule, though. I gotta fix that schedule, because it's not correct. If you want, I'll play that on Saturday. So go down here. Okay, and then here, and then we gotta go south. Alright. One more battle. We can't upgrade any of our weapons, though. I think our weapons might... Oh, wait, you know what? Oh, no! We might be able to, we might do that. You don't have to play it. Just curious. It's a fun game from that area. Yeah, I mean... well, whatever. I've been looking for a reason to play it, so, I've been looking for a reason to play it, so, I'll throw it on anyway. Is there something here? You know what I don't understand? There's a search option here. Not once in the entire game have I had to use it and it did anything. And it, like, not once. Not because if you just press A on something, right, it investigates the area. So I have no idea what it's used for. Oh, I have to go all the way back to promote it? Never mind. Alright. You know when someone tries to set you up, you have two choices, let them up, defend yourself best you can? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although I don't really understand what you're talking about. Set you up like to rip you off? I saw the CEO of Boeing getting grilled today about how he gave himself like a 45% raise, which made his like annual salary like $38 million. But while like he's cutting all like safety measures and like I don't know. I do a lot of flying. Should I be worried when should I be worried? I think to make you look like a bad guy. Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha. You know what though? I've had situations, not personally, because I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't want to say that you're crazy or other people are crazy or anything, but in my life, I've never really, how can I say it? The thing is, like, other than when I was a drinker, and you gotta keep in mind, when I was a drinker, I wasn't social, so, you know, people know me as a good person, you know, and I think that as long as, like, you just do good things, people will see it, you know, and, I've just never really had that problem. I've definitely had people, like, in high school, right? I've told you guys, when I was in high school, I was actually the most popular kid in the high school, you know? I was the one setting up all the parties. I was the one, and one of the reasons why was because, well, one of the main reasons why was because I sold weed, and, I was friendly to everybody, because everybody smoked weed, but, I hung out with all the different groups of people, right? So when new people would come to the school and they'd be like, oh, Kyle's an asshole, you know, people would be like, no, he's not, you know? I've always had people in my life that have been able to be like if somebody called me out, they'd just be like, what are you talking about, you know? Rygar, that game is an awesome balance of action and puzzle elements. Hope everyone having a safe and blessed day. Hey, thanks, Ego Death. Yeah, I would love to play that. I would love to play that game. One of my favorite YouTubers did like a retrospective on it. Really good stuff. Not a bad guy, the bad guy. Oh. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I've never really been the bad guy, so I've never, I don't know. I don't know how to help. Oh. You have more balls than me, contrary to popular belief. I've always been too chicken shit to go to jail and lose my freedom than to do anything like that. I don't know. I would never go to jail. Jail to me is the scariest thing in the world. Jail to me is scarier than war. Like, I would rather go to war and be on the front lines than go to jail. Absolutely one of my biggest fears in life. But again, it's a fear that I don't need to worry about. You know, it's a fear that I don't need to worry about it because there's nothing that I could do other than maybe fucking with the government, like with like taxes or something like that. There's nothing that I do that's criminal anymore. I've really cleaned up my life, you know? I've really cleaned up my life. Neither have I. Yeah, I'm unbelievably lucky that I don't have a criminal record and I'm able to travel and stuff like that. Like I'm I as a religious person, I truly believe that, like, I think the big guy upstairs kind of knows the plan of life, and like in my beliefs, I think he knows everything that's gonna happen in my life, right? So I think that he protected me from criminal stuff in order for me to be able to travel now. I truly do believe that. Because I've, you know, done some things. I talked about being a drug dealer for a long time. Now keep in mind, and I want to make it very clear, when I was a drug dealer, I was a marijuana dealer. I was not dealing anything that could hurt anybody. I wasn't dealing like cocaine or anything, you know. I was dealing weed. But I got out of that. There's a story about why I got out of that. I got robbed for a significant amount of money. And I was just like, you know what? Nope, not anymore. We're not doing this anymore. And I quit it. I haven't done it in many years. Many years. Like 10 plus years. So I'm good now. I've really reformed my life. You know, I was going down a very, very bad track. And I could have ended up in a lot of trouble, but I was lucky enough that I avoided that. Okay. Evil Bishop. Oh, he gets 2. Oh, and it still doesn't take him out. That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, thank God. It did such little... Oh, now it's... Oh, no, look at them all. This is not good at all. She's gonna... Oy vey. Oy vey. Okay, I don't think there's any point in that because it's gonna attack her. Damn. Most smart normal people are, yeah. So you collect video games? I collect video games, yes. Yes. I've got those walls, and then I've got those walls. I've got box N64 up there. The thing behind me is all box. Big video game collector. I'm more of a, I would call myself more of a video game investor though. I get things based on like investments and stuff like that. I do most of my video game shopping in Japan because if you go to Japan with like $1,000 like allocated just for games, you will come home with like 3 suitcases worth of stuff. If you wanted to just go a little bit cheaper, for $250, especially 250 American dollars, you could put yourself up, if you wanted to get like, let's say a Famicom or a Nintendo 64, any rare gems. Oh yeah, definitely, my man, definitely. I have a couple that I can show you. I have made a video of like a game room tour where I showed off a couple of them. That was about a month ago if you go back on my videos, but I'd be happy to show you a couple if you're interested. Take like a 2-minute break from the stream, and I could show you some stuff. I even have my prize. One of my prized games is a Nintendo game with Hitler on the front cover, and the whole point of the game is to fight Nazis and then ultimately murder Hitler. Curious, in Japan, are the high dollar items here expensive there? It's very different. It's very different. So,
a lot of things yes, and a lot of things no. Like, for example, Game Boys are unbelievably expensive in Japan. Unbelievably expensive. Like, if you want to get just, like a good working Game Boy Color, you're gonna pay probably like 150 American dollars for it. Like, they're really expensive. But they're region free, right? So in America or in Canada, I can buy a Game Boy Color for probably $60, right? So the next time I go down to Japan, I'm going to bring like 5 or 6 Game Boys, you know? But when it comes to like expensive games, they have like their own culture. It would think about it like this. When you go to an expensive game store here, like, let's say you collect for the Nintendo 64, that's going to be the best example that I can give because it's what I collect for, right? Here in North America, you've got some pretty expensive games. You've got Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. That, last time I checked, was like $1,400 Canadian. You've got, you know, Bomberman Second Attack, which I have. You have the Beast Wars game. I have that in box as well. But you have those games, and the most expensive N64 game, for example, in North America is Sculptor's Cut, right? However, if you go down to Japan, they have the entire Japanese library of games, and there is a Japanese Mahjong game. It's just a Mahjong game, right? Nothing necessarily super crazy about it. It's like $4,000, you know? So they have their own whole bunch of rare games. And then something that's very strange too, like, when it comes to the Nintendo 64, I've got four of these hangers of just N64 games, right? And most of the games like that are really expensive here in North America, for example, the Mario Party games, Paper Mario, what else? Super Smash Bros, stuff like that. You can get all 3 Mario Party games for less than $30. For all 3 of them. Like, not $30 each, like for all 3 of them, right? But then you have a game like, a perfect example is this is a perfect example. This is Extreme G2, and as you can see, in North America, I got it for $20 Canadian, right? So that's like 15 bucks American. That game, loose, in Japan, like for the Japanese version of it, is a $500 game. There's also this game on the Nintendo 64 called Dark Rift, and it's a very, very poor fighting game. And here in North America, you can find it for $5. You know, if you go to any bargain bin, it'll be the only game that's not a sports game in a bargain bin, right? But in Japan, a box copy of the Japanese version is worth like $1,200. So there's different things. I have a good friend. I actually feel kind of like I have a little bit of clout out in Japan because I'm actually friends with quite a few of the store owners in Akihabara, which is like the capital of video games, right? So we correspond through email, and when I go down next time, he sent me like a list of games that he wants to bring in for the shop. And they're super expensive. Like a North American version of the original Zelda game for the NES is worth like $1,000 in Japan. And I'm pretty sure I could find a boxed version of it for what, maybe $70, $70 or $80. If you enjoy racing games, this is an odd name for game. Oh, you know what, buddy? I know all about Beetle Adventure Racing. I know all about it. I was actually looking for it this weekend. If you check out my travel vlog, when I went to Toronto, I went to a really cool retro game shop in Toronto. I was looking for that game. I love Beetle Adventure Racing. Did you know, here's a little cool bit of N64 history. Did you know that Australia got a couple N64 games that were only released in Australia, which makes them very obscure, you know what I mean? And they got a version of Beetle Adventure Racing, except instead of it being Beetle cars in the game, they had Australian like Outback cars. So that's something that I'm looking for in my collection. It's not a very like super expensive game, but it's so obscure, and I would love it. I would love to play that. Yeah, I would be so down to play that. With my charity and going to Japan to bike across the country, I have made a solid promise to myself about trying to control my spending and stuff, and I told myself that between now and by the time I go to Japan, I'm only allowed to buy myself 5 games, and one of the games I've already bought, so I can only buy 4 more games in the next year. I'm trying to save money, and I'm trying to remember that any money that I spend on a game here, I could probably get like 5 or 6 of them in Japan, you know? But you know what? Give me a moment. Let me find some stuff in my collection, and I'll show you some really cool stuff. I have some really cool stuff that you might be interested in. And I definitely have something you've never seen before. Give me 1 sec.
Started it all. Bong's Revenge, a smash hit sequel with more power and fatter bosses. The Turbo Chip game Ninja Spirit, the ninja action classic packed with fantastic graphics and bold backgrounds. And last but not least, Gate of Thunder, the outrageous intergalactic shoot-'em-up with multiple levels of play. You'll also receive Turbo Force, the official CD magazine packed with facts, hints, news, and reviews of the hottest Super CD games and breakthrough CD technology. But it doesn't stop there. Turbo Duo includes a valuable coupon book with savings on Turbo Duo products totaling as much as $50.
これがスーパーガチャポンワールドだ。シミュレーション&アクションバトルスーパーファミコン SP ガンダム X
アクトレイダー
力、勇気、戦い、愛、平和。
アクションとクリエーションの見事なる融合。
スーパーファミコンゲーム。
アクトレイダー。
Hi, Rick Mail here. I don't know if you're like me, immensely rich, talented, handsome. Isn't it a bore? Well, I found the answer. Zelda Link's Awakening from Nintendo. You play a medieval elf named Link.
You travel through many worlds, meeting endless characters on your eternal adventures.
So hey, next time you're Rick Mail, why not try Zelda Link's Awakening? I think you'll like it. Ciao.
Zelda, an evolving and inexhaustible Nintendo.
Capcom.
Rockman 6史上最大の戦い。ファミコン用ソフトで新発売。
Capcom.
Is here with 3D half pipe, 10 levels, a smoking spin dash, a split screen so 2 can play, and blast processor. I love being.
せる
来ないで。私を探さないで。
スーパーファミコンサイコドリーム
All right, my man. So, let me show you some of the really cool things. Let me show you some of the really cool things from my collection. So, number one, I would say this is an incredible find. Probably the best deal that I found while I was in Japan. This is a train simulator. This is a train simulator for the Nintendo 64. In Japan, they love big box stuff. So I would say there's probably maybe 20 or 30 Japanese N64 games that got like a big box release. And in this train simulator, it's the only other game that uses the N64 microphone that was used in Hey You Pikachu. And it has a headset, and on the expert difficulty, you have to be the one announcing the stations and everything. I found the actual game, Denshide Go. It's a pretty expensive game in Japan now. It'll cost you about $80 for just like the boxed game. But the big box version, out of my entire like year in Japan, specifically video game hunting and stuff like that, I only found a single version of this complete with everything. I scored it for, I think, around $35. It's worth well over $500. I would say that it's worth probably around $575, $580. It's one of the most expensive things in my collection. And one thing that was cool about this train simulator is it also came with a train conducting controller, and you can use this controller for other games. Okay. To the N64 disc drive. Yeah, the disc drive got released. This is the Blockbuster exclusive Beast Wars game. That's one of my excellent finds. And then also here is Hitler no Fukatsu. Hitler no Fukatsu. So in the West, this was released as Bionic Commando, but in Japan, this is a game where you hunt Nazis and then kill Hitler. So, this is probably my favorite thing in my collection. That's probably my favorite thing in my collection. Just because of the idea of it, you know? Like, I always remember that commercial for the NES, or not that commercial, that training video that I'm sure you've seen for the NES, and the guy's like, Nintendo is very, very, very focused on family-friendly entertainment and are working very hard on reducing violence in their games. And then there's that one, and the end of the game, I've never been able to beat it because after like the 6th level, it gets unbelievably hard. But I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Inglourious Bastards, but there's that scene in Inglourious Bastards where Hitler just gets his like face machine gunned off. The same thing happens in that Famicom game with blood and guts and his eye popping out and everything. You can see it on if you were to look up like Bionic Commando Japanese ending. Either way, it's a fun game. It's just Bionic Commando, but it's full of like imagery and stuff like that. And yeah, Hitler was a scumbag. God forbid you find history interesting. Hitler, yeah, I understand what you mean. It's hard for me because my family was German and my grandfather was a Nazi. He wasn't like you know how some of the like for example, my grandmother, right? My grandmother had to work for the Nazis in World War II, but she wasn't a Nazi. You know, she wasn't a member of the Nazi party. She had to carry an ID with her that, you know, stated that I work for the Nazis, I'm not a Nazi kind of thing. So while my grandmother during World War II had to work for the Nazis, my grandfather was a full-blown Nazi, and his dad, so my great-grandfather, was a general. So with me and my family, and I only found out about this after my grandfather, I only found out about this about maybe 5 or 6 years ago after my grandfather passed away. But yeah, he was, yeah, so something that I do in my life, and I'm going to say this, and I know that it can be clipped. I know that it can be clipped out of context, but I'm going to try and keep it in context as much. For historical purposes, I acquire Nazi paraphernalia, and I acquire it, and I keep it. It's not displayed anywhere. I keep it in a safe with the photos of my grandfather and my grandfather's knife and stuff. I inherited quite a few things from his war stuff when he passed away, because he passed away after my mom passed away. So it was kind of like a free-for-all, and I said I'll take it, you know. But I actually have like an authentic armband. I have an authentic pin. And the reason why I have it is for education. You know, I really want to have children one day, and I think that it's very important that when I do have children eventually, I think it's very important that I teach them that they don't need to be like me. You know what I mean? I don't want them to think that just because their dad was an addict that they're going to end up being an addict, you know? So I'm going to teach them that just because somebody a generation above you did something bad doesn't mean that it leads to your life. So that's the reason why I collect that stuff. So I can, you know, when I eventually have kids, I can take it out and be like, this is our history, these are some authentic pieces, this is, you know, something to remember, but, you know, it's a lesson on how far we've come in society, you know what I mean? That's history, though, and history is good even if certain acts were bad, evil. It's important to remember history, else it's repeated. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I like history. Hey, you know what, buddy? Actually, you might be interested in this. On my... What? On my latest, on my last vlogging trip to New York City, I actually got to go on a US battleship. Like an aircraft carrier. And I got to go on a tour of it. And, that was very cool. You might be interested in that. It was pretty cool. We got to see lots of helicopters. We got to see the torpedo chutes. Very cool. We got to see the captain's, like, chambers and stuff. It was awesome. Uh-oh. We're taking out all the enemies before we take out the main one to get all the cash. There we go. part Jewish. I don't know why some people get offended by everything. Well, it's tough now. It's tough now. At least, you know what though? It's more like a North American thing though. It's more a North American thing. Like, people don't get offended like that in Asia. People don't get as offended in Europe. You know, it's a very North American concept of getting mad at everything. You're part Jewish? What does that mean? How can you be part Jewish? I thought that Judaism is one of those religions that... Now, forgive me, but I thought that Judaism was a birthright religion. Like if you're born... Like, for me, I'm Catholic, right? And I had to go through like confirmation process and stuff like that, and I had to go to like a religious retreat and stuff before like I confirmed that I was Catholic and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, I thought that for being Jewish you were just born into it, or maybe that's just for women. I really don't know too much about that kind of stuff. You know what though? When I was in New York, I saw a group of probably maybe 30 like ultra Orthodox Jewish people. Yeah. And they were all lined up at a Chinese restaurant. I don't know if that's racist, but that's what I saw. I don't know if that's racist to say, but yeah, there was, but it's New York City. There was, basically every restaurant in that area had like a lineup of people with it. But yeah, very Orthodox. They had the big hats, they had the long curls and stuff like that. My grandfather was Shepherdine? I don't know what that word is. Shepherdine? But I never knew him and I never met him. I was very Christian, but I don't get into all that religious stuff. Hey, that's cool, man. That's cool. It's not for everybody, you know, and that's totally cool. I'm grateful that I live in a country that allows me to, you know, worship what I want. But you'll notice from me, sometimes I talk about God, but I'm not in any way, I don't want to make you what I am, you know, I'm not in any way here on YouTube to fucking convert people and shit. I talk about how things have affected in my life and stuff like that, but you'll never hear me fucking say, you should do this, or you should think that, or you should, you know, anything like that. You'll never hear that from me. People are people to me as far as I'm concerned. One should only be judged on how they act and how they treat others. Color, nationality, and all that garbage shouldn't matter. I agree, man. I agree. I mean, being a good person isn't a white thing, or a black thing, or a brown thing, or a yellow thing. Like, being a good person is like a human thing, you know? Eavesdropping on your conversation. I had a great-grandfather that was Jewish and changed his last name when he came to Canada. Did he... Hey, by the way, Robert, what's going on? He was Jewish and he changed his last name when he came to Canada. I was raised Catholic as well. Did he... Why did he change his last name? Damn it! Why did he change his last name when he came to Canada? Was it because of, like, discrimination and stuff like that? That's strange. I could understand that in America, maybe. But even... Robert, it's nice to see you, buddy. It's nice to see you. Don't be a stranger. Join the conversation, my man. Yeah. the way that I look at it, and it's very simple, you know, treat others the way that you want to be treated, and that's really about it. You know, if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's right. Like, one thing that can be frustrating, and it seems to only be like a white person thing, but basically in our society, white people can't dislike anybody from a different race because people will automatically say that, like, they're doing it because they're racist, you know? Even if, like, the person's, like, the biggest asshole in the world and you don't like them, it's like, oh, well, you don't like him because he's Chinese. It's like, what the hell does Chinese have anything to do with it? He's an asshole, you know? So, here in Canada, that can be frustrating, but I think, you know, as long as what you do doesn't hurt other people and you're a nice person and you care about people, then rock on, you know? There's nice people in there's niceness all around us. It was after World War II, he was worried about the third... Oh, okay, I get it. I can understand that. I can understand that. Whoop. Okay, my friends. Nice to hang out with you guys on this wonderful, what is it, Wednesday? On this wonderful Wednesday day. Nice to hang out with you guys. Changed his last name to Bentley. Hey, well, that's a pretty cool last name. That's a pretty cool last name. 1995, The Hunted, great film. If you enjoy Japanese culture. Oh, hell yeah. What's it about? Is it spooky? Is it spooky? Sounds spooky. Canada put out some great horror films in the early 80s. Canada did? I don't know. I think the best thing Canada did was give everybody Goosebumps. All the Goosebumps TV shows were Canadian. So you hear them, oh, we gotta get into the backyard, eh? They're so Canadian in those shows. They're so Canadian. Love the classic. Oh no! Oh no, oh no, this is not good. Damn it! Just go where I want you to go. There. Afraid of the Dark was good too. Afraid of the Dark was great, man. Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Absolutely. You know, when the Goosebumps TV show came on, and the dog's eyes changed to yellow, that made little Kyle shit in his pants. That made Kyle scared. Little Kai holding this. Little Kai holding my teddy bear, running away. Ah! Yeah, that dog with the eyes freaked me out. And then every time I saw a golden retriever for like my entire childhood, I was scared of it. Very cool, man. Well, I'll definitely check it out. I'll definitely check it out. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh, no. This is not good. This is not good. These burst things are not good. You know what I really want to get? I really want to... If anybody can find this for me, I'll pay you a finder's fee and stuff. I'm looking for Doom on Super Nintendo. Super Famicom, though. Super Famicom. I remember this really wild show called The Odyssey. A kid named Jay who was bullied so bad he fell into a coma. He was asleep for most of the whole show, but his mind was living in this. Oh, that sounds sad. Alternate reality, Ryan Reynolds is in it too. Oh, really? What was it called? The Odyssey. Never heard of it. Never heard of it, my friend. Ever played Phantasy Star 2? No, but it's coming up. It's coming up. We're playing this on the Genesis Classics collection. So it is coming up. It is coming up. Another Canadian show? Oh, very cool. Does anybody remember the Canadian show Man Tracker? Does anybody remember that shit? Where they had like these two guys or like girls or whatever, that they had a team try to like reach a waypoint before they got caught by the man tracker. It was a ridiculous show. It was this guy on a horse would hunt down these people, and one thing that was so funny about it is they'd introduce these people. They'd be like, oh, here's Ryan, and he'd be standing there, and he'd be like doing like muscle things and stuff, and then like a little like stats screen would come up, and it would be like speed 8 out of 10, survival skill. Like what the hell is this video game nonsense? It's very silly. Canadians, yeah, Canadian reality TV show is great. Canadian reality TV show is great. And you know, you'll notice too in a lot of Canadian shows that they're swearing in it. You know, like you'll hear people say fuck and shit, and you'll hear that in Canadian shows, whereas you don't hear that as much in American shows. Like we had this show called Canada's Worst Driver. I remember this guy from Strange Brew, I forget their names, but they were big in Canada. I decided to play the Zelda Temples out of order. I'm going to go do Water, Fire, Spirit, Shadow, Forest. Oh, wow. Very cool. The way that I usually do it is I usually do Forest, Water, Fire. Yeah, I do the Water Temple before I do the Fire Temple. Yeah, I do the Water Temple before the Fire Temple, and then the Fire Temple, and then I think the Shadow Temple, and then the Spirit Temple. Water, Fire, Spirit. How on earth are you going to do the Spirit Temple before... Don't you have to do the Spirit Temple last? Don't you have to do it last? I could be wrong. You remember Man Tracker? That show was wild. And we also had a show called Canada's Worst Driver, where they would take like a bunch of people that have like a shitload of parking tickets and driving tickets and like problems with driving, and then put them through like a driving competition. And I remember this one guy, like a lot of them were like, oh, I get speeding tickets, and the other person's like, oh, well, I constantly park in non-parking spaces. And then there's this one guy, and he's like, yeah, I just always drive drunk. You know? So, yeah, it was a fucking crazy show. And these people would just drive on, like, public streets, getting into accidents and shit. Just ridiculous. Water temple is a nightmare. The water temple is the only temple that I play with a walkthrough, even though I've played it a million times. I play it with a walkthrough just so I can get it done as quickly as I possibly can. 'Cause I hate it. Worst driver was wild. I couldn't believe how bad people were in the show. They were driving. I can't believe that these people were legally allowed to drive on the road. You know? Especially the guy whose bad driving condition was that he was drunk all the time. Like, that's ridiculous. Nice to meet you, by the way, Robert. So nice to meet you. My name's Kai. Pound it. My name's Kai. Nice to meet you, my man. Same, only level I had to consult a walkthrough. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I can beat it without a walkthrough, but I'll get lost. And there's always that one key that you forget. I know you know what key I'm talking about. It's like in that room where you have to swim through the whirlpools, and it's like in a little tiny hidden room, and it's so easy to miss. I hate that key. Hate it. There we go. Okay. Boost expired. Not good. Not good. And then more of those things are gonna burst up too. More of those things are gonna burst up. Ruin. Oh! Trailer Park Boy started a few blocks from where an old girlfriend lived. No way! Really? In IMAX? Really? Who gave these people? Nice to meet you too. Big fan of the 8-bit and 16-bit classics. Alright, man. Well, I think you'll enjoy the channel. Right now, I've been bringing a lot more Sega to the channel. But I also play the Super Famicom. I also play the regular Famicom. And I would say that my number one is probably the Nintendo 64. I really enjoy the N64, but I try and play a variety. I also have a PS4. Yeah, I try and switch it up as often as I can. When I come back from the gym tonight, we're playing this really cool game. If you ever played Star Fox for the N64, it's kind of like Star Fox. It's an on-rail shooter, but it's a on-rail shooter from an arcade. It's really cool. It's a Japanese arcade game, and it's ported over. But it was one of those games where you sit on a machine and you have like a machine gun and everything. So playing it on the controller without a light gun kind of sucks, but it's still pretty cool. I can only get to the 3rd level though. However, I did figure out how to use the special weapon, so it'll be a little bit easier now. So we're gonna play that for a bit. We're gonna play that for maybe, I don't know, like an hour kind of thing, maybe an hour or two. And then tonight at probably like 8, probably around 8, we are going to be continuing on with our Zelda thing. Hey Kai, doing a painting of Donald Duck. Hey, that's amazing, T-Dog! That's amazing, T-Dog. I would love to see, I would love to see it. Next time you're on your live stream, I'll stop by and I'll check it out. Very cool. N64 had some amazing games. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the new open world stuff. It's all so generic. I have a PS4, but I sat out for a PS5. I hear ya. I really am not too familiar with too many like newer games. I'm really much more of like a 64-bit and like under. Some of my favorite games ever are on the Xbox 360 and PS3, but I never really think of them, you know? They just weren't that memorable, I guess. I'm getting it for my boss on his birthday on Friday. Hey, that's a really, really nice gift to do. That's a really nice gift to do. People really appreciate it when you make them something. Very cool. Go Go Godzilla. Hey, you know what, buddy? Let me show you something. You'll actually appreciate this. For the Super Nintendo. For the Super Nintendo, I have the Godzilla Monster Fighting game. And I also have Super Godzilla. So I would definitely be. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a point of doing that. I think we'll do that tomorrow. I think we'll do a Godzilla live stream tomorrow. Godzilla's awesome. You know what they call Godzilla in Japan? They call him Gojira. You wanna know something hilarious? And I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because it'll get clipped and I'll be called a racist and stuff. But when I was in Japan, I developed, because I like to do different voices. I can mimic a lot of different voices. And when I was in Japan and I was living with my girlfriend, I developed a Japanese accent. I don't mean like I was like a rich, you know, valley girl going into Italy for the first time, and then 2 weeks later she comes back and she's talking like an Italian. Did they ever make an Ultraman game in Japan? Oh, buddy, I have so many of them. I alone just have fucking probably 9 or 10 of them. Absolutely. I have an Ultra 7 game. I have the Ultra 7 game here. Yeah, so with Japan, so here's Ultraman 7. Ultra 7. This game, though, is ass-a-haul. It's one of the worst fighting games, if not the worst fighting game I've ever played. This game is actually fun. It's not great, but it's passable as a fun game. You battle 10 different kaiju. It's a pretty fun game. This game was made 3 years later. They had 3 extra years, and this game is basically unplayable. But one thing that's cool about Ultraman in Japan is they have this series. This is called the SD Gundam series. And what it is, it's about 40 games. It's still going on to this day, where Kamen Rider, Gundam, Ultraman, and this character here who was made up for the game, they go out on adventures, and they've made like every different kind of game you can imagine. They have like, for example, like this game is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. This is like a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but the other game is like an RPG, and then they even have like, this game is awesome. This is like Super Dodgeball. It's like Super Dodgeball, except it's all of the kaiju characters, you know. So you're playing dodgeball against, you know, Balthon Seijin and some of the other monsters. It's great. My favorite Ultraman game, though, is it's one of my rarest games that I own as well. It's a several $100 game. especially with the artwork, you can see that this would definitely not be allowed here in North America. But this game is essentially like a Mega Man game, and it's really fucking good. It's really good, but it's really hard. It's really tough. Okay, guys, give me a second. I need to take one more break before I get going. I just need to get something out of the laundry. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. It really, really, really means a lot to me. Guys, I'm raising money for Men's Health. If you feel like you've got $1 in your pocket to burn, maybe consider a donation. Everything's going to benefit different charities with Men's Health. I appreciate it. Guys, give me about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I love Japanese art. I love Japanese art too, man. I love Japanese art too. A lot of the calligraphy is very, very, very beautiful. Guys, I'll be right back.
Game Boy Advance.
あのティノビーがついに上陸。ファンタジックアクションゲームティノビーの大冒険 by Hudson.
He gets stung. He gets squashed. He gets bitten. That's if he's not being frozen or set on fire, of course. I tell you, playing the bad guy isn't easy. Wario Land 4 on Game Boy Advance.
This is the new Frogger home video game. Ribbit, it's just like the arcade game. You have to hop Frogger past these cars and trucks. Ha, missed. And back home to his lily pad. The new Frogger home video game. Bring it back to your pad.
Also from Parker, Star Wars. You saw Luke Skywalker battle the Imperial Walkers. Now bring the battle home. Play The Empire Strikes Back, where the challenge never ends. The Empire Strikes Back.
Ribbit.
And Frogger video games. Only from Parker.
I'll blow this town to smithereens! Time bomb! Try to get up there in time, Spider-Man! Watch me cut my web, Goblin! Watch yourself fall, Silk Slinger! Gotta stop the bombs in time! If I don't get you, webhead, my diagnosis will! Holy Hannah! And you're running out of fluid! Is this more action than even Spider-Man can handle? Spider-Man, a video game from Parker Brothers, the ones to beat.
Welcome to the third place.
There's never been a game like Sega Saturn's Knights. Never been a game that's allowed you to fly, fluid and free, in real-time 3D. Never, not anywhere. But especially not on that other system. Simply because, with only one processor, it doesn't have the power to do it. Fly, plaything, fly. You're not ready.
Sega! Sega
Okay. Alright, I'm back. So, tonight is gonna be a fun night of streaming, my friends. Tonight is gonna be a fun night of streaming. I'm hoping that we'll be able to beat Knife Edge, because nobody's ever seen that game. And, I like that. I like playing games that nobody's ever seen before, you know? I'd love to know where he found the Atari 26 fighting game. I had that. Oh, did you? The one where you just keep going up to the bomb at the top? You know, in my latest vlog when I was in Toronto and I went video game shopping, you guys should definitely check it out. I saw an Atari 2600 there for the very first time. They had like a little museum of like all the different consoles. They even had an Odyssey. I would love to get an Odyssey. However, if I was gonna get an Odyssey, I'd need to get one of those huge TVs. I have to get a huge thing. I really appreciate hanging out with you guys, eh? You know, I'm somebody who openly has anxiety issues and stuff like that, and you guys really helped me out. You guys really helped me out. You know, when I was talking to my therapist the other day, she asked me, like, do you have a support network? And I said, fuck yeah, I have a support network. I have, like, the best support network anybody could ever ask for. And she said, well, tell me about it. And I said, I go live, and I've got tons of people that just come and hang out, and they tell me their story, and we become friends, and it means the world to me. So, she's really happy about that. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. You guys have really affect my life more than you can ever imagine. You know, I never ever thought when I started doing this YouTube thing that I would ever find an audience, you know, and it means a hell of a lot to me. So thank you. You ever run Linux on your Dreamcast? I don't have a Dreamcast, buddy. I don't have a Dreamcast. I don't have any Sega consoles. I am, though, in what's it called, in March, I'm getting a Sega 32X and a Sega CD and the Terminator game, Sonic CD, and Shining Force CD. So I am getting that probably March, April. So that'll be a lot of fun. That will be very cool. That's going to be a pain to set up for streaming, though. Because there's so many wires and so many attachments. I'm going to have to get, like, an extra power brick just to run the thing. Gonna visit, build the Tower of Power. Hell yes, buddy. Hell yes. There's a guy on eBay who has it, and I shouldn't say that out loud because that means that anybody can go and look at it. But if you go on eBay and you you search just Sega CD 32X, there's a listing that will come up, and a guy is selling the entire thing, all tested and working, with one game for 700 Canadian. And that's a reasonable price for me to get into it, because what I plan on doing with it is I plan on having it and showing it off for like a year, and then I want to flip it when I go to Japan, because I know that you're new to the channel, but I'm trying to raise awareness for like men's health and stuff, and I'm just trying to let guys know that it's okay to talk about their feelings and open up and stuff. And the way that I'm going to accomplish that is in about a year, in next March, I'm going to be biking across the entire country of Japan. I've been at the gym basically 6 days a week ever since November, so I'm getting in really good shape. I'm gonna bike across the entire country, and the whole time I'm doing it, I'm just gonna show people that, hey, you know, I came from a place of addiction, and I was able to beat it, and I want to show other people that, you know, no matter how much they think that they can't beat it, they can. And not only that, but they can do incredible things, you know. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. It's nice to have you. It's nice to have you here. But what I do with my video games, I do investing, right? So if I can get that system, maybe I can even talk to them. Maybe I could get it for 600. I would be able to. I'd be able to flip it after a year and a half and make a little bit of cash. Maybe like $200 or $300 kind of thing. But then at least for the year, I could hang out and use it for the year and stream and do all that kind of stuff. And then maybe, do these guys have better weapons? Oh, you know what? This guy, I might be able to promote someone. No. I think everybody's, is it the same items? Damn, it's the same items. And I have no idea who these brass knuckles go on. Okay. Well, guys, we can't seem to beat this. I'm gonna have to come back and on my own time and grind for a little bit so we can actually beat this battle. So I'm gonna get going. I'm not gonna be going long. I will be going for maybe 2 hours. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm going. Why can't I? There. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get my workout done, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make some dinner and clean up a little bit. But I will be back. Let me show you the games that we're gonna be playing tonight. So of course, we'll be continuing our Legend of Zelda live stream. We will be continuing that. That will probably start. I'd say probably start around 8 p.m. First though, we're gonna play this. This is a game that I know not many people know of. It's a Japanese arcade game. Seems like a lot of fun. I've gotten to level 3, and it seems like a lot of fun. Either way, guys, also seem to have a bit of air about him too. Naka also seemed to have a bit of an air about him too, eh? I don't know what that means. Either way, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a bit. Subscribe to the channel, check out my vlogs. I love doing travel. In my last vlog, I went to Toronto, and I went to the highest rated burger restaurant in the entire city. You can check that out. That would really help me out. And guys, I will be back in a couple hours. I can't wait to see you again. Robert, it was really nice to meet you. It was really nice to meet you. SCC, everybody thought highly of himself. Hey, I think everybody can think, as long as nobody's hurting themselves, you know, all good.